Hello and welcome to our website. I'm Tom Akins, the Executive Director of the Division of Professional Practice at Georgia Tech. I want to tell you a little bit about our division and the programs that we have to offer. I'm going to tell you some about the history of cooperative education, our internship program, our graduate co-op program, and our work abroad program. There will be other people on this website who are giving their own podcast to give you more details about those programs. And from time to time we'll have testimonials from students on here who can tell you a little bit about their experience and how it has benefited them in their education at Georgia Tech. These will be students who have participated in the 4 different programs that we offer through the Division of Professional Practice at Georgia Tech. First, a little bit about the history. In 1906, cooperative education began at the University of Cincinnati. It was the first such program in the United States. In 1912, Georgia Tech began its cooperative education program, so that makes us the 4th oldest in the U.S. It has been in continuous operation since that time through depressions, world wars, economic upturns, downturns, all types of situations. However, we have managed to maintain the program consecutively and through all the years since 1912. It is our pleasure to be able to help students and assist them in achieving their academic goals and providing them with academic-related work experience. We've had over 15,000 students complete requirements for the cooperative education designation on their diploma. Thousands of other students have participated, and they might not have completed all the requirements, but they have gained immense experience by participating in cooperative education and, more recently, internship programs and our work abroad program. Some of the more notable alumni of the program include myself. I went through the co-op program and received my degree from Georgia Tech in 1974. Our own president, Wayne Clough, was a civil engineering co-op student as an undergraduate. Our Dean of Engineering, Don Giddens, was an aerospace engineering co-op student as an undergraduate. The head of our electrical and computer engineering program at Georgia Tech, Dr. Gary May, was also a co-op student as an undergraduate and incidentally was also one of the first presidents of the National Society of Black Engineers. A gentleman by the name of Warren Batts, who lives in Chicago and is now retired and rose to be the head of Tupperware, chairman of the board of the Tupperware Corporation, was a co-op student at Georgia Tech. A gentleman by the name of Charles Wick Moorman was a co-op student with Southern Railway and is now president and chairman of the board of Norfolk Southern Railway. So he's had an illustrious career with his co-op employer. We also have some other faculty members at Georgia Tech, including Julie Swan in the School of Industrial Engineering, Marilyn Smith, who is in the School of Aerospace Engineering, and Marianne Ingram, who is a professor in the School of Electrical and Computer Engineering, who are all co-op students as undergraduates at Georgia Tech. In about 2002, we realized that there was a need to offer other types of experience other than just the cooperative education program. And so we began something called the Undergraduate Professional Internship program, which is geared mainly toward juniors and seniors who have not participated in co-op. It was at that time that we went from being the cooperative division and offering only cooperative education to the Division of Professional Practice because we believe that that's a more accurate term to describe what we offer to students. And it has enabled us also to expand some of the services that we offer to students. And then in 2004, the graduate co-op program was transferred from the graduate office to the Division of Professional Practice. So we began working with the MS and PhD students who wanted to have some relevant experience while earning their graduate degrees at Georgia Tech. In 2005, as part of the international plan at Georgia Tech, we began something called the Work Abroad program. So we brought on additional staff to be able to provide for students an opportunity to work outside of the United States. In this increasingly global environment that we live in, we believe that students at Georgia Tech really ought to have the opportunity to experience things outside the continental U.S. These could be U.S. citizens or citizens from other countries who return to their own country for some work experience related to their chosen field of study. In all, right now, we have just under 3,000 undergraduate co-op students, about 600 to 700 students who are participating in the Undergraduate Professional Internship program, somewhere around 400 or 500 graduate co-op students, and we have around 4 dozen students a year who participate in our Work Abroad program. So total, we have roughly about 4,000 students a year that pass through the Division of Professional Practice programs. And in all, these students earn a gross amount of about $20 million a year and bring a lot of that money back to the campus where they're paying for fees, for books, and other miscellaneous items. Of course, any money that's earned by students is theirs to keep. A couple of honors I would like to mention about our co-op and internship program at Georgia Tech. For 6 years, the U.S. News and World Report has ranked what they call programs to look for. One of these programs are co-op and internship programs across the U.S. In each of the last 6 years when these rankings have been done, Georgia Tech's co-op internship program has been named in those rankings by U.S. News and World Report as one of the top co-op and internship programs in the United States. Also, in 2007, the Georgia Tech co-op program, because of its history and tradition, was inducted into the National Cooperative Education Hall of Honor. It was the first school outside of the University of Cincinnati, which was the founding institution, to be inducted into this Cooperative Education Hall of Honor. So this is a distinct recognition for the quality of our students, the quality of our faculty, and the quality of the work experience that students at Georgia Tech receive through co-op. You know, these students gain a lot of relevant work experience, and we just want you to understand that gaining relevant work experience must be an integral part of your undergraduate or your graduate education. Now, whether it's done domestically or abroad, doesn't really matter. Whatever your goals and your desires are, we want to be here to help facilitate that part of your education. So, if you're planning on attending Georgia Tech, or maybe you're currently enrolled at Georgia Tech and listening and watching this podcast right now, I'd like for you to come by and check out the offerings that we have in the Division of Professional Practice. We're located in the Savant building on the Georgia Tech campus, which is just southwest of the Tech Tower, the main administration building. We're located on the first floor, so we're easy to find. And on this website, you can also find other contact information, such as our phone number and our email address. Also, if you're watching this podcast and you're an employer and you have a desire to hire some of our outstanding students, we certainly invite you to contact us, and we will work with you very carefully and help you in trying to meet your manpower needs and help you to facilitate the education of these students at Georgia Tech. So I appreciate your time. I thank you very much for visiting, and if we can be of any assistance to you or service to you in the future, please contact us, and we will want to work with you in whatever way we can in order to make your education a very valuable part of your life and prepare you for the future that you have planned in your professional career. Thank you for visiting, and hope to see you again.